Artesia Pioneers. I'm your host, Eric Renteria.
And I'm your host, Grace Pacheco, and welcome back to ATV.
February is a special month. Not only is it a month for love, but it's also a month to celebrate Black history.
Our Black Student Union here at Artesia put together a video to give you some Black history facts you may have not known.
Good morning. My name is Samira Blackwell, and I am this year's Black Student Union president. And in honor of Black History Month, here are some of our members to give you guys some really awesome Black history facts.
Happy Black History Month from Black Student Union. Here's one fun fact about Black history. Did you know that Martin Luther King actually improvised the most iconic part of his I Have a Dream speech? Well, actually, near the stage, right before his speech, a singer named Malia Jackson reportedly kept saying to him, "Tell him about the dream, Martin." While no one had really known if he had heard her or not, during the speech he said, "Even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream," and so on. This showed that he did hear Malia Jackson, and she had an influence on his speech.
Did you know that in 1688, the religious group the Quakers were the first ever group to petition against slavery in the early English colonies? And then in 1776, they petitioned at Congress to end slavery. They even prohibited their followers from owning slaves.
So we all know who Rosa Parks is, right? Well, before Rosa Parks, in 1955, there was Claudette Colvin. She was a 15-year-old black girl who refused to give her seat to a white woman on a segregated bus in Montgomery, Alabama.
I'm sure you're all familiar with the lighthearted and fun character Betty Boop, but did you all know that she was actually inspired by an African-American jazz singer named Esther Lee Jones?
Many people know of Wall Street, but few know of Black Wall Street. In the early 1900s, during segregation, there was a self-sustaining district in Tulsa, Oklahoma called the Greenwood District. The Greenwood District was home to luxury shops, restaurants, and theaters, and soon became the epicenter of Black businesses in America. Within the district was Greenwood Avenue, and because of the success of the businesses on the street, it soon gained the title of Black Wall Street.
Please support our Seeds Candy fundraiser for the remainder of Black History Month.
Although February is coming to a short end, that means we're only closer to the baseball season.
Right around this time, we would be watching Artesia swing for the fences and catching foul balls, but unfortunately, we don't get to see that this year.
However, we still got the next best thing.
Dodgers, baby, and we're back better than ever.
Luckily, Andy has got you guys covered with the latest news for Dodgers spring training.
It's time for Dodger baseball. Spring training is starting later this month. Pitchers and catchers will report to spring training on February 17th to get ready for the first game on February 28th versus the A's. The Dodgers signed superstar free agent pitcher Trevor Bauer to add to the already strong pitching staff. This makes the Dodgers the favorite to win the World Series for the second time. Let's go A's!
However, if baseball isn't quite your cup of tea, you can always kick back at home, make some popcorn, and watch a movie.
Godzilla vs. Kong has been the latest talk in the entertainment industry because who doesn't want to see two giant monsters clash?
Well, luckily, Waldo has got you guys with his thoughts on the movie.
Hi everyone, I'm here to hype up Godzilla vs. Kong, coming to HBO Max on March 31st. The movie will take place 2 years after Godzilla King of Monsters. Godzilla is currently set up to be the villain, and Kong is currently set up to be the hero. Godzilla is 393 feet, and it appears that Kong will be as tall as him to make it a fair fight. To compare, in 2005's King Kong was 25 feet tall. I did want to mention the director, which is Adam Wingard, and he is not known for directing action movies or monster movies, but instead horror and thriller movies. A weird choice to say the least, but it adds to the weirdness, so expect some suspense and scares. Some of the complaints of the monster movies is that there are way too many human characters that get more screen time and sideline the monsters. Now, in this movie, there are going to be 9 main human characters. Honestly, to me, it just makes sense to at least have 6 main characters in a monster movie. Anyways, I hope you're as hyped as I am to see this movie on March 31st. See you all there, unless it gets delayed.
Pioneers! Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. Have you thought to yourself what it might look like once we start going back to school? Well, today Melanie and I are doing a virtual interview with some of our peers, and we're going to be talking about exactly that. Let's get to it. Did you create any goals for yourself, and if so, did you accomplish them?
I set up goals for myself, such as working on my mental and physical health, and one of the main ones were working on my makeup. So I feel like during quarantine, it allowed me to get out of my comfort zone when it comes to makeup. I'm learning to love myself every day.
What was your favorite thing to eat during quarantine?
My favorite thing to eat during quarantine was chocolate covered strawberries. I make them when I'm bored.
What is one thing that you won't miss during quarantine?
One thing that I won't miss from quarantine is wearing a mask the entire time when you're at the store because my face gets super irritated.
What trend did you enjoy the most during quarantine?
A trend I enjoyed most during quarantine would have to be any TikTok trend or just TikTok in general.
I know for a fact I'll be missing my naps right after school without having to walk home or wait to get picked up. As a matter of fact, I have a nap to get back to right now. So, let's bring it back to you, Pioneers. Have a great day.
Good morning, Artesia Pioneers. These are your morning announcements for Wednesday, February 24th. First off, registration will be happening very soon, with presentations being held in your AVID, Futures, or History class on March 1st through March 2nd. Registration and course selection will be according to grade on these specific dates. These dates can also be found in this week's bulletin. Application forms for AVID, Renaissance, ASB, and Yearbook will be available on this week's bulletin. Seniors, again, if you haven't already, be sure to order your cap and gown on the SoCal Grad website by this Friday. Renaissance card holders, be sure to attend the upcoming Valentine's Renaissance Rally on February 24th. Check your emails for the RSVP form and the Google Classroom for more information. Lastly, in Student Union news, here are some important dates to keep in mind. The Long Beach City College Financial Aid Workshop will be held on March 2nd at 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. For those doing Cerritos Complete, the fifth and final step, the Falcon Edge Orientation Workshop, will be held on March 3rd at 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. The link to sign up is on Google Classroom. The Cypress College App Workshop will be held on March 9th at 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Finally, be sure to check your scholarships on the weekly scholarship bulletin. That is it for this week's morning announcements. I hope everyone has a wonderful day.
Do you have a Renaissance card?
What's a Renaissance card?
Yeah, what's a Renaissance card?
Since we're going virtual, we're not actually getting cards, but instead, you get an invite to our Renaissance Google Classroom and have access to all the virtual rallies.
Cool. Well, I heard these virtual rallies occur on Wednesday every month, and we can win prizes like these.
How do I get this Renaissance card you're talking about? I want to be a part of it.
To get a Renaissance card, you have to have a 3.0 GPA or a 0.5 GPA improvement.
So, how do I know that I'll get this amazing virtual Renaissance card?
Yeah, I want one too. It sounds interesting and fun.
Be notified by our one and only Renaissance advisor, Miss Y, via email that will allow you to access our Google Classroom, and that will be contained full of fun stuff.
Nice. Well, I'm trying to get one so I can have fun myself, and I hope you guys work hard to get a Renaissance card as well.
Same. I'm gonna start focusing on my schoolwork so I can attend these rallies and hopefully win prizes myself.
Worked hard and I got mine, and I believe you guys can too.
Well, that's all we have for you today, folks.
I'm your host, Grace Pacheco.
And I'm your host, Eric Renteria. And we'll see you next time.
Next time.